Hotep, Hotep, the High Priestess Maat and Maakheru Amen here, and let me tell you about the second tone, which is the lunar tone of challenge. Ooh, all right. So let me talk about y'all for a minute, right? I'm gonna say some good stuff and I'm gonna say some interesting things. Okay, so the lunar tone, right? All right, so the lunar tone. I said the lunar tone of challenge, right? So some of y'all looking at this that may not know that y'all are the lunar tone, right? You probably looking at this and say, you know what? I don't even know. She don't know nothing about no challenge and stuff. She always laughing and stuff like that. You know, everything funny to her. I don't get it. You know, she should be more serious. This is some good stuff right here. I don't know why okay. Lunar tone. That just go ahead and check the box. You're a lunar tone. Okay, so anyway, or spectral. You might be spectral. Keep listening. We'll find out. All right, so the lunar tones. Let me tell y'all a little bit about the lunar tones. So the lunar tones, you know what? I'm gonna say this. Sometimes y'all get a bad rap. You get a bad rap. You do. Because what happens is you guys are known to be those ones who I'm gonna say rip people apart, right? Or rip things apart, concepts, not just people. You don't necessarily just attack people, but concepts. So if someone says, hey, I believe that the sun, there's 3 suns up there, right? Whether it's true or not, right? We're not questioning that. Don't put no comments in there about the suns. That's something else, right? Get on the forum. Look, click the link, get on the forum on the Melanated Immortals, and then we can talk about all the suns. I'm just using it as an example, right? So what the lunar tone will do with that is say, well, how do you know? Where are you getting your information from? And the information that you got it from, where does that come from? Okay. And then if it's a person, well, how do they know? Who told them? If it's an alien, who told the alien? Okay, and why does the alien know? And why should we believe aliens? Lunar tone, I'm good at that, ain't I, right? Okay, there's a reason why, but I'm not a lunar tone directly, okay? Directly, I'm not. Y'all like, you know what? She sound like she real comfortable with that lunar tone, right? She real comfortable. Like it's something that she just does on a regular basis. Okay, it is, but you gotta, that's a long story. But I will say it goes along with being the wind. You'll learn about this in our 13 tones class, right? We'll talk about that, right? Okay. Or law time, 200, 100 and 200 classes. Again, all the links are here. Check them out. Okay. That's how you know, right? So yeah, I am very comfortable with that, right? But the lunar tones, what happens though? Okay, so let's say the lunar tone goes through all of that. Let me tell you where y'all mess up. Let me tell you why people be mad at y'all all the time and they see you coming and they be like, oh Lord, here they go, right? Let me tell you why y'all messed up, because you don't stabilize it, right? So what happens is after you do all of that challenging, ripping things apart, I'd like to call it verifying and validating things. That's how I see it. But, you know, I'm just saying, you know, right. So after you rip it apart, you have to stabilize it. That's your function. That's your role. You're supposed to give it its stability. So everything that you pulled out, that's a challenge that maybe shouldn't be there. That is not, it don't go with that. You know what I'm saying? Or you get to the root. Okay, it's 3 suns and they learned it from an alien and we should trust the alien because of this, that, and another. And you got it safe and secure, then boom, you have to stabilize that. Now, when I say that, right, let me tell you, so I am because of my archetype, I do tend towards the lunar tone. I'm a galactic tone. Remember, I told you that in the first meeting. I'm going to talk about me in a second. But I have a component of the lunar. And one of the things what I look to do to stabilize things is I always compare things to either what happens in nature, what happens in the body, or what happens in the cosmos. And that's how I'm able to stabilize the things that I challenge. Okay. Or let's say we don't have those components, right? The way we can stabilize it and say, hey, it makes sense, and just call it a perspective. All right. Or a perspective of the truth. Right. So there may be some scientific data, and a lot of us do this, right? We have scientific data, but what we do with that scientific data is we give a perspective of the truth. Okay. But everybody can do that. So just because you have scientific data and then you give the perspective, well, that's why, okay, when the sperm meets the egg, it does this. And that's why, you see what I'm saying? No, the sperm meets the egg is the truth. What you say next is a perspective. Don't I sound like a lunar tone to you? Okay, but that's how you stabilize it. You say, okay, well, that's a perspective of the truth. And so y'all might stop getting into trouble so much and having people be like, oh, Lord, here we go. Now, let me tell you something else about lunar tones, right? Sometimes the lunar tones can complain. You may seem like you complain all the time. And this is to help other people understand you, right? So if this is your tone, if this sounds like you, check it out. You get a reading, find out, right? But here's for the people that can help, you know, the people that are in your friend group, in your family, your loved ones. What you have to understand about the lunar tones is they're not just complaining. They're not complaining. They literally are separating things out to see what they are. It sounds like a complaint. Well, you know, I guess they are complaining, right? Okay, you see how I stabilize that? You see it? You see it, right? Watch it. Watch it. It's some deep stuff in here, right? I know I be playing around. Okay? I be playing around and be laughing, but just watch it. Okay? So now they do that. They may seem like they're complaining, okay, but they are complaining, but really what's happening is because this is their incarnation. This is how they came in. What they are doing is saying, well, why is it this? And this is it. And it just sounds like a complaint. And so the thing that they have to put in is the stabilization. And maybe you, as their loved one, can help them stabilize. Say, hey, you know what? You're always complaining when it rains outside. You're always complaining when you get in the car. Okay? Are you complaining? You ask the question, are you complaining just to be complaining? Or are you just realizing that, you know, this is Seattle and it rains all the time, and maybe perhaps we need to move to another state because this is not going to work for you. Stabilizing, right? You see how that works? All right. I think I went in on this lunar tone, right? Well, this is the lunar tone of challenge. If you're a lunar tone, shout us out, right? Go ahead and shout out the lunar tone. If you're a wind, shout it out, right? If on the magnetic tone, I didn't say this on the magnetic tone. If you're a magnetic tone and you are the red dragon, shout us out, right? All right. So I will see y'all on the next one. Hotel.